This is the Global Economic Scrap Metal Commodities and Recycling Report by Bentley Roll-Off Trailers and Lugger Trucks, May 13, 2019. U.S. steel production rose to 1.915 million tons. Demand is slowing a bit, but tariffs remain supporting the higher volumes. Oil fell 35 cents to 61.59 on OPEC and U.S. oil production increases as Iranian and Venezuelan oil comes off the market. U.S. oil production fell just slightly to 12.2 million barrels a day, remaining near the all-time record from 2 weeks ago. That's outstanding economic news overall. Iron ore rose to a multi-year high of 98.50 on Brazilian supply disruptions and slow global growth. Scrap steel number one remained at 270 gross ton on a good supply, weak exports, and good scrap imports to the U.S. Next month's direction is not clear yet. Hot rolled coil steel rose slightly to 32.04 despite some market softening and with tariffs supporting good demand. Copper fell 4 cents to 2.78 on more China and overall global slowing due to the trade friction. Aluminum fell about a half a penny to 80.17 cents, having hit a multi-year low last week on slowing demand. Cardboard Southeast scrap fell to $40 a ton, a 10-year low on China and U.S. weak demand, combined with a very good supply. The U.S. trade war with China escalated with new tariffs going into effect last Friday. The White House admitted on Sunday on Fox News that this is a major tax on U.S. consumers and businesses that will slow U.S. and global economies. The European countries, an economy almost as big as the U.S., took their 2019 forecast down to 1.2% growth from February's 1.3% forecast as global trade war escalates and hurts all countries, especially their car manufacturing sector. April 15th's U.S. tax receipts came in 5% higher than last year, but government expenses were up a huge 27%, so April's normal huge trade surplus was less than last year. In April, federal expenses were $104 billion healthcare, $55 billion defense, $46 billion welfare, $38 billion interest on the debt, that's interest on the debt, $17 billion veterans, $9 billion education, and $18 billion on everything else. Of the $38 billion in interest the U.S. paid, about $4 billion just last month alone we paid to China and Japan combined for the money they lend us to finance our government. Larger deficits put upward pressure on interest rates, so that's a problem. March's U.S. balance of trade with other countries was slightly worse last month as the U.S. imported more oil from OPEC countries. We also had the highest level of food imports in American history, but our level of exports of natural gas and coal did increase. April's U.S. inflation rose to 2%, the highest rate since November, led by higher energy prices. Core inflation, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, actually rose 2.1%. May's IBD U.S. business optimism rose to the highest level in 15 years as Americans felt better about their own finances and the country's economic policies. Great news, but this survey was completed before the recent trade war escalated. Wall Street's Dow Jones average fell 563 points to 25,942 on the increased trade tensions with the U.S. and China. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.